you alive? Are you breathing? 'Cause I'm living life right like I could just die any minute. Going for a ride down the side, PCH, country limit. I don't need a guide, phone rides, take me where I wanna visit. Are you alive? Or just breathing?
Hey, good morning. How you doing, Glenn? Man, I can't complain. I got that locker I wanted last week for nothing. You believe that?
That was great.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at a locker with so speaking of that locker, I was just looking at it and I'm thinking, well, there's at least $400 sitting there. And it's a mile away from home. I got it for $50. And you know, yesterday we sold the taller chest for $300.
Oh, there you go.
So we got more than what I thought I was going to get for it, and so we'll probably get that on the. So for $50, we'll make between $500 and $600 on that little unit, a mile away. That's the kind I want to. I've got another one I'm looking at tomorrow. Let's see who we got in here, man. I'm excited. Got a little bit of momentum going now.
Yeah.
And Sky Warrior came in and said, Glenn is not here. I am. I was saying good morning I said, morning, Glenn. And then he said that. And then he came back, going to feed the chickens now so we can hang out for a little bit. And then I said, well, we aren't used to people being here, Sky Warrior. You're quite shocking. Yeah, so that's all good. Appreciate you coming in, my man. Hell yeah, man. Hey, Mad Dog's here. Hey, how you doing? He was over there watching Thomas's and Dan's video. I guess it's Dan's name's Dan. T&D Collects. They got a decent locker. They were showing this morning. Got some jewelry, and they seem to have a knack to run into some jewelry here and there. So they're doing a pretty good job. Mad Dog says, hi, everybody. How you doing? I got the two choices where you could buy a storage unit this week. There's 15 at CubeSmart, and the other one is at Devon Self Storage. Funny you mentioned that, Mad Dog. I've got one that I've got marked for tomorrow at Devon Self Storage. It's kind of another locker like the one I just bought with just a couple of boxes and pieces of furniture. And I'm going to try to pull that same move. Now, these aren't antiques, but they are decent pieces of furniture that we can sell on Marketplace. So I'm going to probably buy it if it doesn't go stupid. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to do this.
Smaller piece listed for them.
The other piece we were going to put it up today, but it's raining, right? So we're going to probably get that one up tomorrow, and it'll probably go in 2 days or less. It's amazing how really nice antique, or in this case vintage. That piece was from the 50s, but after we polished it up, my God, Glenn, it was beautiful. And the thing about solid cherry furniture, those boogers are heavy. I think the piece weighed close to what that safe weighed, and I'm not even bullshitting about that. It's heavy.
solid wood.
Yeah, I love that kind of furniture, man.
Yeah.
So I look for that in units. Hey, Steven, how you doing? Steven's Vlogs is here. Appreciate you coming in, my man. And here we are, rock us like a hurricane. Enjoy your time here. Hopefully we can make you laugh. Wait a minute, maybe we'll say something where you never know. Appreciate you, man. That's right. Whoa. I missed somebody here. Whoa. I missed Mad Dog. All right, here we go. Yeah, we're saying good morning. We love it. Mad Dog says the one I had in mine has 3 china cabinets. Well, that's the one I'm talking about, bud. Um, Here's the thing. Being that they have display cases, I'm thinking that in the 2 boxes, they were probably items that were displayed. So if you're going to display items, quite possibly they're decent items. So I'm going to see if I can get that locker for a fair price. I don't expect to get it for. God, they gave that locker to me, man. It was unbelievable. The one I just got, I cannot believe it. I put out it. Here's the thing. I put out the video on it. 50 views. I put out a video of Chucky. Thousands of views. So I guess I'm a cat channel who does storage auctions and not a storage auction channel that does cats. So let's just keep it real here. I am a cat channel that does storage auctions. And I'm proud to say it because, hey, people like cats more than storage auctions. That's right. I think I've proven that. But I love storage auctions, just not as much as cats. That's right. So, yeah, Mad Dog, we're on the same wavelength on that. And I did, Julie found, she looks for these things too, and she lets me know when she sees a locker. She dug up an old site I started using when I first started looking at lockers online. And we're going to bring that one up today when we go to look at lockers. So we'll have 3 sites we could check in your area on this other site, Glenn, to see if maybe there's something else that comes up.
Okay, cool.
So we got Locker Fox at storageauction.com. It wasn't the one we had last week. It was another one. So we'll see what we got there. And Craig, hey, how you doing, bud? Good morning. It's morning where you are and Glenn is, I'm sure, but it's just now afternoon here. But whatever, though, right? Good morning, good afternoon to you too, sir. I would give you my best public storage. Wait a minute, let me get my paper here and a pen in case I need to do some notes here. 77812 is 77812. Is that the facility? That looks like a zip code. No, that's not a zip. Priority box. It's been there for a long time and it's got furniture and shelves. Okay, let me figure out what you're trying. Public storage. Okay, that's public storage. I got you. All right. Okay. All right, got note 1 right there. Okay. And now we got it going on. We're dog parking. Steven says, do you get DVDs or VHS or Blu-rays? Do you get, you mean from buying, yeah, man, when we those are pretty common to find in storage units, those things. And quite frankly, like the old VHSs and the VHS players, those you can sell those for like up to $50 now. Those old VHS players, because people are wanting to play their old family memories. They don't have a VHS player anymore, but they got their VHS. That's just my theory, A lot of people want to go back and watch that old media. So those are good. We get them in storage units quite a bit. Silverhair Stacker, how you doing, sir? Good to see ya. Here we are again, man. We're hoping to find a few things to laugh about today. We're in a mood to. That's right. That's right, man. Yeah. Welcome. No, it's a public storage number for this site. This unit came up 7 times. I don't know if they'll pay this time. Would be tempted to see storage stalker. I'm not stalker. I'm stacker. Uh,
He keeps saying that.
huh?
He keeps saying that storage stalker.
He's messing with me. It's all right. I can take a joke. He does that on purpose, but that's okay, man. Storage stalker. That just doesn't sound good. Stalker. I will say this: after I dropped the name sarcastic for my channel name, my views and subscriber count has been going up. As soon as I did that, I wish I'd have done that years ago.
That was a good
Yeah,
call.
yeah. I've gone from just getting like 50 subs in a month now up to about 150. I know that's not significant, but it is improving. And I am going to put up storage auction content, but I'm going to put up cat content every day because that's what people want to see from. That's where my views come from. Because I thought a really fair storage video 2 days ago, 50 views. I could put up one of my worst cat videos and get 1,000 views. Or like Chucky, put a good Chucky video up, 25,000 views. Yeah, that's right. I said it, and it's true, man. But yeah, I mean, I started the channel because of storage auction, but I quickly found out what people really want to see. They want to see stuff like this, Mad Dog, and I'm going to show it to you right now, bud. That's right.
There's Sadie. And then you had to see that. Don't like that.
Now that's how you get thousands of views. If you want to get 50 views, just put up a video where you made $500 profit for 50 bucks. 50 views. What they really want to see, they want to see the cats, baby. That's right. That's right. The cats. So let's just call it what it is. All right. Do you think the government's going to be shut down for a long time? Is it going to be sometime after the New Year's? Well, a lot of this is by design, man. I think there's a lot of stuff being done in the background that we don't really see. They're taking down a lot of things. Like right now, they have to destroy terrorist groups, domestic terrorist groups. And they are doing that. And the government is going to be like 10% of what it is now. It's so corrupt that 90% of it has to be just taken down. It's that corrupt. All this stuff's going on. So I think it will be shut down for quite a while. And it's a good thing because it's not stopping the operations that are going on. But some of the people that need to be taken out, well, now's the chance. Some of these people that you think are somebody they look different. They don't look the same. My theory is they're not the same. Some of these people have already been dealt with, but you got to avoid civil war, folks. So you can't do it all at once because sheeple can't handle it. So yeah, there's a lot going on, and it's by design. And when all this is said and done, we're going to have a new financial system backed by gold. And with so much restitution, not anybody here in this transmission will be short of money ever again. Ever. Because you've been ripped off your whole life. Your family, your ancestors were ripped off. Everybody's been ripped off. They're all been ripped off. Okay, I guess I've said plenty enough on that, but yeah, it's all happening, man. It's going to be shut down until it. I'm not sure what they're going to open back up to, or maybe they'll want to present it as normal. Still, they're going to have one chance to get this thing done. One. It's been going on for centuries, and you don't want to screw it up, so you can't get in a hurry. No big deal on that, man. I was just kidding, but it's like I thought you were messing with me. I can handle it. That's right. Yeah, stacker. Because see, I'm a stacker. I stack. Did you get over 1 million views for a cat video yet? I have gotten millions of views but not any particular cat video. I think like I can get like anywhere from 10 to 25,000 on a good one. I had one that got 25,000 recently on a Chucky video, but I've gotten millions and millions of views on cats. The cats keep me monetized. If it wasn't for the cats, I would have lost my monetization because I'm not putting out enough videos. Because I don't buy but couple 3 storage auctions on a good month. I've bought 8 this year, Glenn. 8. So I'm not trying to buy. I'm not buying in volume. So to keep my monetization and watch hours up, I had to do something. And the best move I ever made was including my cats, or I'd only be sitting on 4,000 or 5,000 subscribers. It's kind of like what's happening with Eric of Locker Lunatics. He's got great content, man, but he's only got 3,000 subs.
Yeah.
I mean, he's put up some awesome. You saw that 20 by 70 he bought.
Yeah.
Mountains of gold and antiques. It was an amazing unit. But I'm not sure what it takes to get these things blowing up, but I did find one way to kind of circumnavigate all that. Is just make my channel mostly about something people really want to see. And that's cats. I'm sorry, cats. That's where the muscle comes from, man. Storage auctions is my passion as well as cats. And I got into this because of storage auctions, but it wasn't sustaining the channel. So what I would suggest to anybody, if you're just not growing, just add something else to it. And still do what you do. Whatever you're passionate about. But people love their pets and their cats and their dogs. Anything like that. It's going to bring views and tons of views. And you'll get paid for that. You can get monetized for that. Every time I put up a cat video, man, like gets 1,000 views, get $1. I mean, it's not a lot of money. But it's satisfying, man, to do something like that and get anything for it. It's amazing. It's like free money, you know. And I'm not doing this for the money. I'm just doing it for the passion of the storage auctions and these little critters, man. Just sharing, you know, people get to see them. So the answer to that is not on a single video, but my best video to date was a storage auction video. It's got 206,000 views, and I made about $1,000 in ad revenue on it. And like I watch a lot of those First Amendment audit videos. You know what I mean, Glenn? The First Amendment audit. And one of them I like to watch is a channel called First Amendment Protection Agency with Johnny, who does the people's bicep. You know, when somebody else pulls out a camera and filming him because they're mad that he's filming, he'll go, "Yeah, baby, that's right. You join it in. Thank you for joining in the activism, man." But he showed one of his YouTube statements for a month. He's got 120,000 subscribers. He made, for the last month, $22,000, of which $17,000 got sent straight to him, and the other $5 went into for the money the government steals. $17,000 clear. And people are telling him, why don't you get a real job instead of being out here filming people, man? I'm like, who wants a real job? I'd rather make money.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Do what you like doing.
Exactly. He's doing his passion. And one thing I'm doing, and I feel very blessed for this, but I've made more money since I retired than I made the whole time working because of what I did with gold, man. Because I tell everybody, don't sell it to me. Keep it. So I don't have to feel bad about it. Just don't sell it to me. Well, anyway, and then finding it, taking anything I got and investing in it was the best thing I ever did, man. And I show that on YouTube too, but I tell you what, that gets hardly any views. Hardly any.
Crazy.
Isn't that amazing?
Did you see where Ace Frehley passed away?
From Kiss?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that. I didn't know that, Glenn.
Yeah.
How old was he?
Not very old. I think 74, something like that.
Yeah, that's not that old, man. He must have lived. He must have lived hard. Probably.
I think they said he fell and hit his head, and then he had an aneurysm after that, and then had a stroke.
Oh, that's a shame, man.
Yeah, he was a good guitarist.
Oh hell yeah! Oh, that group was awesome, man. When I first started hearing them play, back in the '70s, back then they weren't cool, man. They were like, at least to the hard rockers. But over the years, they grew and grew and grew and grew, and then they became super cool. It's like here's another guy, Willie Nelson. He's still around. And he's 92 years old, man. Willie Nelson. He's been smoking weed his whole life, man.
Yeah.
And he's still hanging, man. Mad Dog said, just understand that these are the two places I could find in your area that have storage units. One with 15 units at CubeSmart, and the other one with 5 if you buy a unit today. Probably not going to buy one today, but I got one tomorrow that I'm really going to be looking at here. We're going to go and look at some of those here soon. Let me see if I can get this mouse to work. Okay. Do you think you're going to get the White Rabbit China cabinet special, or do you think that they're going to pay up? I really don't know. It's hard to say with these things, man. Sometimes they do, and sometimes they don't. I mean, for their own sake, they better pay up, or they're going to lose their shit. I mean, just to put it bluntly, I'm not rooting for them to lose their crap, but if they do, I'll be there to scoop it up. I know Storage Stacker. Yes. Boom, just like that. He got it right. I love it. I'm Storage Stacker. And sarcastic. I got the two. Yeah, I know. It's still like when I go to Johnny Small Pepper's channel, he still wants to call me sarcastic storage. And I'm like, I think he knows now. I said I had to take the name sarcastic out of there. I wish I'd have done it years ago, because as soon as I did, my sub counts that I was getting triple, and my views went way up. And now my channel's back on track again. And I don't know if it was all about that or not, but it sure did help. I guess I never really thought I would grow at all in the beginning, because I mean, I thought maybe it took me 3 storage auction videos in the beginning in 2018 before I got 1 sub. And it was from somebody from the storage auctions. I remember my first sub. I remember the first time. I knew the guy. And that was after my third video. If I'd have just known, I would have put up cats back then, and I would have probably, I might have double the subs, but, and which means probably more ad revenue too. And you can take that ad revenue and buy gold with it. So I mean, it's win-win, man. Sadie, what's wrong? Sadie's snapping right now. Sadie, here. Hang on. Daggone it. I gotta move. I got this microphone. I mean the camera sitting on her cat food. So I gotta. Sorry, guys. This is reality TV right here, man. This is how it would really go. You know what I mean? This is real. This is reality. What you see is what you get. If it looks unprofessional, it's because it is. I'm just trying. Sadie. No, you can't go outside. It's raining. She's just going to have to fuss. Been paying on it for over 6 months. That's amazing to me how people pay for years and years. And if they didn't pass away, then I don't understand that. I'll give them a break if they pass away, then they don't pay it. Okay, I'll give you a break for that one. But for some of the reasons, I don't know. You pay for years and years and like, hell with it. I don't get that. If you got anything good in there, though. I know Icy Props helped you to get up there to 1,000. He did. And I would have liked to have kept working with him, but things didn't work out. But boy, I tell you what, for a run there, for a while there, we were doing some good, making some good videos. And plus I had a cameraman and a little more labor because, it's nice to have some help, I was making it worth his time to do it. Everything was good, but it worked. It worked while it did. It's called a collab, but it was we had 50 videos we did together, something like that. Sadie, you're snapping, man. She's losing her bloody mind. What's wrong? Come here. I'm gonna hold you up to the camera. I'm gonna show you on YouTube. Give me that cat. Look at this cat right here. Look, she's fussing.
Hey, Sadie.
Sadie, there's Glenn. Say hi to Glenn.
Hey,
Sadie, yeah. See, that's reality TV right there. That's what you get. I can't wait to see Cube Smart 5210. All right, let me write that down, Mad Dog. We're almost at 12:30. Cube Smart. What was that? 5210. Yeah, buddy. So when I saw Johnny's First Amendment Protection Agency, when I saw his monthly statement, people telling him to get a real job, I'm thinking, screw that. I don't want a real job. I'd rather make big money. They can take their real job and shove that sucker sideways, unless they're telling him to get a real job. Oh, just get you a real job, man. Standing out here filming everything. You wouldn't believe how many people telling that, man. That's why I think, normally people don't like to put their financial reports out there, but I would have been tempted because I'm like, really? You really want me to give this up so I can go flip burgers at McDonald's? It's stupid. Thanks, Mad Dog. Appreciate you, man. Cats are something you can count on, man.
Yeah, speaking of burgers, here in California, we have a lot of fast food places that are getting ready to shut down because our governor here wants to raise the minimum wage for people like that to $25 an hour, and these businesses can't sustain that.
Rest assured, Glenn, that's by design. These people aren't stupid. They're just evil. You know that, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah. They're not stupid. They know this. It's like, do you think they shut off all the water when all the houses were burning down because they're stupid? No, they're not. They knew that you needed water to put them out, right? But what did they want to do there? Well, you got the Olympics supposedly coming there in what year, whatever that is. They wanted to build a smart city there. They didn't even want to
Yeah.
give the people. They didn't even want to give the people the ability to build back up.
Yeah, sure. So that way you get you in these smart cities, you work for their company, shop at their grocery stores, and stay in that little area and never leave.
Yeah, you will own nothing and like it.
No.
That's their famous line.
People are stupid. They don't realize that. I don't get it.
The sheep. They've been
Yeah.
learned. They've been. It's the media that just. They constantly give them their marching orders. A lot of this media, I think, is AI, man.
Oh yeah. I believe that.
I think AI is a big problem. I use it for just to add a little bit of effects to my channel, but I do recognize that it's freaking evil, and I think that's where the Antichrist will come from.
Yeah.
I'm serious about that. Mad Dog. Some politicians are getting paid a lot of money by big business to raise prices on certain things so they can put the low. Well, yeah, you're right, Mad Dog. That's exactly right. Or they really had one thing they really loved, and when I say they, I'm talking about the deep state. They loved them some COVID, man. Oh my God, that was I wanted to say something I shouldn't say, but they loved that. They wanted to see how many people would fall in line with that. And boy, they weren't disappointed. And you know, these same people that were going along with that are getting all pissed off because these First Amendment auditors are wearing masks. They're mad now because they are. And then one guy, why are you wearing a mask? Now it's gone 180, or 360, I should say. So yeah, we all know it was a test balloon. It goes back to normal. They'll probably make it an excuse to keep the prices. Well, hell, that thing already failed, man. They tried, but they got a lot of people. They got a lot of people to do the graphene thing. Yeah, I better not talk about that here. Yeah. It's worse than that, though, man. They don't want people. They don't want very many people. They only want enough people that they need to run what they want to do. They don't want like small business. They don't want that. They hate that. Yeah, I'm still not sure they're all human. That's why I say a lot of this is AI, man. A lot of these people we're seeing out in public, like the ones that are being arrested, I think those guys were already dealt with, man. And this is just the public disclosure of it. Drip, drip, drip. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
I believe that. They want to raise, yeah. I mean, just think evil, man. And then, if you're not evil, you have to think, how does the opposite of good think? Well, you can come up with it enough on your own. It's really disturbing, some of the things you can generate in your mind, but anything you can, just realize that that's probably what's happening. So fortunately, the good side's winning, and we're getting some help from places that we were told didn't even exist and made fun of for saying it existed. I'm not even going to touch on that one right now. That's just too much. So what we're going to do what Mad Dog wants to do, and Glenn wants to do and I want to do. We want to go and check out some storage units because it gets a little deep, man. You know, it gets deeper than it gets as deep as you want to go, man. You know. Okay, so we want to go to here, share screen. First, let's check this out real quick. Check this out. Right now, gold is where are you? Can you see that, Glenn?
Yeah.
4,213 for 1 ounce. Like that one investment I made just 2 years ago. Remember, I paid $20K for 10 of them for 10 ounces.
Yeah.
Now they're worth $42K on just that one buy, as an example. Okay. All right. Let me see. I want to go back to StreamYard. Let me take that down. Okay, so let's go to share screen. So I guess we'll start at, let's start at this one. Here's one I was looking at Devon Self Storage. I've got another one that I'm looking at there. There's not so many people here where it'll matter too much, so I don't guess. I was kind of looking at this one. I did bid on it. I'm not leading on it, but you could see like tools in the front, like Milwaukee tools.
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure if they're complete though, because if you don't get the chargers for these things, then you're kind of screwed.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm looking at a bunch of other stuff in there. There's a printer. I see those as a goose egg. I can't really sell a bunch of concrete blocks, which I'm not really happy to see there because I got to move the damn thing. But they exist and they're heavy. And I thought that was a toolbox, but that's just a piece of diamond plate. But then there's like a lot of like plugs, you know, ready to install plugs, hardware and stuff like that. That's all the pictures they got. It's just those few. And it's already $80. And there's like just regular. Wait a minute. There's some going this way. You know, a few boxes of this and that and the other thing. Not a whole lot, but you can see a garbage can there, you know. Believe it or not, I like garbage cans because I've never had too many of them. If you buy enough storage units, you need a lot of them. So I don't know. I'm probably not going to go for this one. But the other one, here's the one that I'm going to try to get tomorrow. I shouldn't show it here, but I'm going to. It's kind of like the last unit in a way. You got a couple pieces of wrap furniture. You got this really nice looking hutch with a serpentine front. When I say serpentine, I'll show you what I mean. I guess Glenn probably knows, but like it's curved in and out. It's like wavy.
Oh yeah.
And then you got the display cabinet up here and drawers. I think that could be $80 to $100 right there. And then you got two display cabinets. Okay. Here's the shelves to one right up here. Let's go in there. And then there's another display cabinet in like a corner cabinet over here. So you got two displays and a china cabinet and two tubs of stuff here. And like you got some wrap things. Now some of these could be decent. So they probably had these displayed. So I don't know. Somebody bid on it today, actually. So it's already $50. So this is already more than the other one, which I think the one that I got a few days ago is better than this one. But it had that skanky mattress in there, which I think really helped me. Don't you, Glenn?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But the good news is they had it wrapped up in plastic. They had the box spring wrapped up with the mattress, but it wasn't a huge one. So I was able to put it on my roof, and I took it and I just donated it because it was usable. Could have sold it, but it had one stain on it. If they got any stains at all, I can't sell
Oh yeah.
them. You know, there's nobody. You know, they're not going to buy them, and you list them, and it shows that. You know, that it's no good. So I am looking at that one. Here's another one that's over there at Devon. Looks like somebody's entire computer set up. Like
Yeah.
they got a printer. There's their looks like a ring light stand right there, a speaker. So that's okay. Okay, I mean, I'm not real excited about it. There's a TV there on a stand. And there's a couple of things wrapped up underneath it. The new TVs are not heavy at all either. They're light as can be. The older ones are freaking heavy, man. I got one on my wall back here that I hung years ago. I had to get my son to help me hang it. It was that freaking heavy. It's an old Panasonic flat screen. Oh my God, Glenn. But anyway, this thing right here is just, it's got these like little, it's like a what do you want to call this thing where you have drawers, just storage. They got all the drawers pulled out of it, but all the drawers just go into this thing. As long as they're all there, I think that would sell. But there's a freaking mattress. So I don't know if I want to deal with this, or do I want that to allow, do I want the mattress there to run interference on the price? If you get my drift. So there's that. Saying there's TV, computer, printer desk, cabinets, cleaning supplies, bedding, boxes, and bags. This is a nice facility. I know the manager. I don't think it's going to be anything more than what you see here, but you never really know. Oh, I don't like the way that looks.
No.
So I'm probably not going to go for this one, but it does exist. And I do see a few, this thing would sell, but I'm not worried about this one. So let's see, what did Mad Dog want me to look at? Public storage. All right, he wanted me to look at, let's see, the facility name. I think that's 77812. Let's see if that pops up. Oh, 11 days out. Sadie. She's just being a pest right now, but she's a lovable pest. All right. All right. This one or this one or this one. Trying to see which one I want to click on. Let's click on the one on the bottom here first. Damn, it started to rain again. Uh-oh. Wrapped furniture.
Yeah.
Ooh. In 11 days. Oh! You know what? I've been wanting to replace this couch for a long time, man. I might have found something here. And you know how I like to not have to buy stuff. I mean, I could get it for free and make a profit. I could get what I need and make a profit doing it. That's what I love about strategically buying storage units. I need a piece of furniture that I want to replace, so I can buy it and actually make money replacing my furniture. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful thing, man. And this unit, it's a 10 by 25. Now, I would have to rent this.
Yeah, it looks like it's got a lot of stuff in it.
Let me see where this one's at. It makes a difference to me. Chamberlain Lane. It's not real close, but it's not real far either. It's kind of, I'm going to put this on the auction watch. Bookmark. Okay, bookmark. It all, it can be all about the price, really.
Yeah.
We'll get some more. Hmm. All right. Oh, this was I just got a sniff of jewelry. I don't know why, but I thought I smelled it. I almost smell jewelry here, man. I don't know why. It just came to me. I could be so wrong, but that just came to mind. There's a lamppost. Now, how in the world? This is just different. For sale by owner. Suitcases, boxes, Avon. I remember about years ago, man, I bought a locker, an Avon locker, and I got a box of sterling rings. Avon was selling sterling rings. Back then, silver wasn't a whole lot, but my God, I got a lot of them. Here's another lockbox. Oh, it's not a lockbox. It's like a little carry case. It's probably got Avon stuff in it, though. A lot of boxes. There's all kind of opportunity here. I mean, the front really doesn't look all that great, but it just, for some reason, I got a hint of jewelry. Why was I thinking that? I can't explain it, Glenn.
It's just a feeling you get sometimes.
Yeah, and I can't explain it. So there's definitely some good lockers, good looking lockers. It is 11 days out. Some of these will get paid up. But this one here's a 5x10. Okay, you got some suitcases, boxes, kitchen table, more boxes. Let me slap that on my auction watch. I like the way this looks. I can get that in a trip or two. If I decide to buy it, that is. Connects. Those are, I guess, tennis rackets or badminton, or what is that? One or the other. You all don't like the way the boxes look off. They look all messed with in the back, though. Big old duffel bag. Wet jet. All right. All right. Yeah, but this one here. It's a big one, man. I would definitely have to rent this thing if I got it.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of money there.
There very well could be, and and then the kicker would be, I like the way they wrap this piece, and I could sure use a different couch. So I'm going to kind of watch it. All right, let's try. What else? I like the way that looked. I'm going to let that one slide. All right, let's check this one out. Uh-oh. Whoa, a big old hutch. Not really a big fan of that, but why does everything look open and spilling? I don't like that. Whoa, wait a minute. For a second, that looked like a utensil box. Like, could be like sterling, but I don't think that's what that is. It looked like it for a second. sets of shelves. Those are money. Not a bad looking unit. Just probably not going to go for this one. Huh. Somebody bid $10 on it, so they're probably tagging it. They're like, "Yeah, I want this." 11 days out, they're tagging it. I do that. Oh, look, a fire extinguisher, an old fire extinguisher. Looks like it could be vintage. Whoa. Something wrapped up and put in a plastic bag there, like some kind of collectible. But why is it laying out like that? All right. Let's see what they got in your area on this site, Glenn, while we're here.
Okay.
So, because I know you haven't found anything there in a while now. It's been, so we got another site we'll check. So you're at 93308. We'll do a 25-mile thing and see if we can find you something. Here's Daryl's. I knew that would pop up. Let's see what we got here. This one's already $400 and it sells in a day. Let's see what's in there though. Pictures look like crap. Yeah, there needs to be a better picture than that. Well, there's a freaking guitar. Yeah, we sold a guitar the other day for $50. I had a couple of them out there, and I thought, well, I don't need two guitars. I can't even play one of them. So one, had 4 or 5 people that said they wanted it. None of them showed up. And I think the 6th person actually showed up. And we ended up getting more because everybody stood us up. They were all asking to buy it for less. The one that paid full price actually showed up. So in the back of this, there's, oh, wow, this is nice. You got those 4-wheelers. There's about $100 in 4-wheelers right there. 1, 2, 3, more guitars. I see why this unit's where it's at. It's a decent looking unit. It says wall art, golf clubs, guitars, mattresses, baseball bats, helmets, stepladder, flat screen, TV, dresser, couch rug, boxes, toast, and suitcase. Could be a little bit more than what you'd be wanting to buy. There's golf clubs here. What brand are those? Oh my God, those are tailor made. Those are, man, you know what?
Yeah.
At least that's what that case cover says. Sometimes you can get fooled. Okay, well, there's that. Let's see what else they got there. Here's one for $10. Sells tomorrow. Okay. Shelf heater bed head. It says bed head. Football. Headboard's what they meant to say. Sofa, corner desk, filing cabinet, stereo speakers, paint. You don't want to see paint in a store. Ice chest, books, boxes, pillows. Yeah, okay. Oh, that's one of those pedestal. Yeah, that bed's worth a couple $100. Not a bad looking unit. There could be some things in there. It's not really the nicest. It's not been packed in there very nice, but it's not horrible. All right, let's see what else we got. That's it for Daryl's. Here's what we want to do. I'm going to come back in. We're going to take you to that news site, Glenn.
Okay.
And we'll check that out. So I want to go to StreamYard. We remove that. Okay. So let's go back here. Ah, let's go to here, share screen. Here it is. Okay, can you see that, Glenn?
Yep.
Okay, these are this is one Julie showed me this morning. This is actually prime storage on Jefferson Boulevard. This is my nephew actually put $50,000 back when this place was called One and Done, and they've sold the place 2 or 3 times since then. But he put 50K in on this original facility, and he never said exactly what he made, but he did really well on the sale. He was part the 50,000 made him part owner. We didn't own the whole thing. He was investing in it. I think he at least doubled his money on it. But I digress. I'm just pointing that out. I remember now I hadn't bought at this place in a long time. Now I know why, because they're not selling on the sites that I usually check out. But this is selfstorageauction.com. And they've got some okay looking units, but we're looking for you right now. So we'll go to not really our search auctions 93 enter zip 93308. Do yeah, that's fine. Let's try that and search. Okay. Wow. Brundage. Have you heard of Brundage Storage?
Yeah. Yeah.
And Olive Drive Storage. You got 2 of them. We'll check them out. I don't think they look all that hot from those pictures, but we'll check it out. Oh my God, this one's got a drum of hazardous waste here. And a fat mattress. Oh boy, that's not a good start, is it? I'll bet you they don't even sell this one. Because who knows what could be in there, man.
Yeah. Then you got to get rid of it.
And then you have to get rid of it. There is a nice looking chop saw here, whatever that. I'd be a little bit spooked on this one. And then you got this horrible mattress here. Some shelving. I mean, it's not horrible, but I'm really spooked by the 50-gallon drum, man. If that thing's full, for one thing, it'll weigh a ton, and depending on what's in there, it could be a big problem.
Yeah, then you're gonna have to get rid of it.
And then you might have to pay to get rid of it if you want to do it legitimately. So let's go to the next one. Why can't I use the back button here? Okay, I got to go back and do this again. 933. I probably just did it wrong. Okay. Let's look at the other one. So these are the only 2 you got at this site within 50 miles. So I don't think it's going to help you too much. But
yeah, all we're seeing, Mark, is just the screenshot that they put up. I don't see the unit really.
It's not there. Well, shoot. All right, let me come back in here. Why is it doing that? Oh, because I had to. Well, I'll tell you what, Glenn. I'm going to come back into here. I saw it. It's a shitty unit. So let's go to Locker Fox. We're wasting our time. Okay, wait a minute. Where did we leave off at? I want to say howdy do to some people here that have come in. And I want to be what's in the China cabinet. Okay, I'm gonna do the chat and then we'll go back.
Okay.
Mad Dog, some politicians are getting paid a lot of money to raise price. They're corrupt, and what you're saying, yeah, I agree. And hey, Johnny, how you doing, sir? We're looking at storage units right now. Hopefully, we can find something to laugh about today because laughing is very important. Got to do some laughing, right? Just in case. That's what I'm talking about right there, folks. That's right. All right. And oh, I lost my way again. Mad Dog wants to know what's hidden in the china cabinet in the boxes. High-end toys and maybe I think it looked to me like it was like pottery, man, or something like that. But then I don't know if that's all there was. But I might find out. I believe that sells tomorrow. If it does, I might buy that because we just bought a unit that I paid $50 for that I'm going to make $500 on. So, and we're already sold half, two items that would bring that. I already sold one for $300. The dresser. So furniture sells great here. Does something look like Dungeons and Dragons that I see on? Yeah, on the top of that, it looked like something that could be of that kind of genre. And I sell that kind of stuff. Well, I don't really sell it. I barter it. I trade it for gold scrap a couple times a year. That and video games. Hey, Jody, how you doing? Good to see you swinging in here, man. I appreciate you. Wait a minute. Daggone it, got something in the eyeball here. That's right. Now, that's better already. Okay. There we go. Got two pair of glasses on. And yeah, Mad Dog, I agree. I saw something that looked like it could have been that in there. And that's the one I want tomorrow, and we'll see if it works out for me. Good to see you, Jody. I think you might want the unit with the mattress, and some people might think I'm crazy because I think it could be a huge score with the computer, the TV, and the other stuff. Well, that's over there. Come tomorrow, I got to ride over there anyway if I buy it. So you never know. I might pull them both. You never know. Been known to do that. And we're dog parking. Okay, Mad Dog, let me write that down. I'm glad I went. Let me write down 5210. That is Cube Smart. Oh. Perfect. All right, I got that. Yes, I like this one a lot. It came up 6 times. Hell yeah. Yeah, we're dog parking. I figured you like the couch and the furniture and the other stuff, and maybe 7 times the charm for Stacker to own it. Stacker, that's right. That's right, baby. People's bicep on that one. Looks like someone cleaned out Mom's house. I wanted to show you the one at 5210 with us. 5210. Yeah, that's the one I just wrote down. And we will go there. Solid oak table. Yeah, solid oak. Perfect. Real wood. That equals money. 2 pieces, top and bottom. Hell yeah, bud. Taken apart, you might feel the same way that I do when you see this unit. Yeah, baby. I'm thinking the same way as you. I get a second unit that looks the same. It's Cube Smart. Yeah, he's pushing Cube Smart. We're heading there. A lot of work. Yeah, hey, if you're making money, it's not work. I mean, if you're really into a unit, and yeah, you might think this is hard, but if you're making money, it really isn't. It's only hard work when the unit sucks. Am I right, Glenn?
Yeah, I've never thought of it that way.
When the unit really sucks, then it's work and it's drudgery and it's horrible and you wished you hadn't bought it. Yeah, that's hard work. But when you get into a unit and you're making a lot of money and you're working hard, well, at that point, if you made enough money, hell, just rent the unit and take your time. That's what I do. I mean, if you're making good money on it, just a little bit of renting, aren't you? So, there's different ways to look at all this, because when you're making money, that gives you energy. And you'd be surprised what you can do when you're motivated, but you'd be surprised how bad it can get if you get into a horrible locker. You're finding junk, stinky, needles, mold, mildew, mice. crap, 5-gallon buckets of urine. That's hard work.
Hazardous waste.
Yeah, but it all depends. If it's a good locker, it's the kind of work you feel like you could just get down and do 50 push-ups real fast and get up and do cartwheels because you just kicked ass and you just made a bunch of money, and it's energizing. I've bought enough of these. I'm old enough to stand here and say you can get energy from these things if they're good, but you can lose energy if you go in there and it's full of what I just described. Oh, you better believe it. You know what I mean, right, Glenn?
Yeah.
There's a possibility of a lot of work, but it could be a huge score. And there it is, right there. It'd be thousands of dollars and get a free cap. That's right, man. Hey, Doc, how you doing, bud? That's right. Starting to get to be a little cooler weather there for the boats, but I imagine they're still out and about. I'm glad you swung in, sir. Really good to see you. I think Doc's heading. He's got around 50 to 60,000 subs on his channel, Glenn. He's doing
Cool.
great. Yeah, he really does. He's done great. Man, it's a vintage copper fire extinguisher. I'd get $50 for it. Yeah, I noticed that right off the rip, man. When it sat there, I'm like, that's money right there. I could list that on Marketplace and we could sell that too. There, we're dog parking. Glenn's not going to like what's in his area because a lot of Daryl's. And some other places he might find something as long as you don't go to Daryl. Well, every time I go into Storage Treasures and go to Glenn's zip code, first thing that always pops up is Daryl's, man. And I'm sure he's tired of looking at it. But really, there hadn't been a whole lot in his area. I've been looking. It's just crap.
Yeah, it's been crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. This is one of the best units I've seen in Daryl's in a long time. Yeah, it was decent. It was definitely decent. And I think the bids on it reflected that.
Yeah.
And there's that in storageauctions.com. Yeah, there's actually 4 sites, maybe more, that are relevant to me here, right where I'm at. But I'd say 80 to 90% of all the places I bought at are on Storage Treasures. So I buy, according to Storage Treasures, I've bought 174 units there. So you can see I'm buying a lot there. And I plan on keeping buying there. There's Sky Warrior. Yeah, you made it, man. That's right. Wait a minute, Sky Warrior. That's right, baby. That's right. There we go. That's right. Oh, hell yeah. One of the cats was live not that long ago. Maybe you can get another one. Yeah, that was Sadie. Our star, Chucky, is taking a nap, and our co-star, Thomas, is taking a nap because it's raining here. When the weather's bad and they know they're not going to go outside, they hibernate, man. They're like, well, I'll wake up and everything will be better then, kind of. That's the way. And quite frankly, when it's raining, I could take a nap and sleep for a couple hours for something about it raining. You know what I mean, Glenn?
Oh, yeah. I'm the same way.
Yeah. And there's Sky Warrior, baby. And 5210, there's 15. Okay, wait a minute. Let me write this down. Yeah, I got that already. Okay, we'll head into there, Mad Dog. I think I'm handling this a little bit better today, or y'all could be thinking, oh, you're doing a crappy job as usual. That's fine. I'm doing the best I can. So we'll just go with it. We've been doing this for 4 years. This is show 202. We had our 200th show 2 weeks ago, and I'm kind of happy about that because we managed to go that long and we're still here. So there's something that can be said about that. Solid oak. Okay, so I'm going to star this post, hide it. Then we can go into share screen. And what site was that on? Cube Small. Okay, that's Storage Treasures. Share screen. Storage Treasures. Here it is. Okay, let me know if that's showing up, Glenn.
Yep, there it is.
Okay, so we're going to go into facility name, and then we could type in the number 5210. And I think it's going to work out. Man, all of a sudden it got cold and the wind's blowing. Okay, let me see here. This might work. There it is. All right, this one's got a propane tank, luggage, tools, table, dishes, kitchenware, rug, boxes, and chairs. Let's see what's there. It's a 10 by 10, sells in 2 days. Let's see. Let me figure out. Let me go back. We'll go right back to it. But I want to see where this is at. Now, this is 7th Street. I can promise you I'm not going down there. I can promise you that. That would be, I don't really want to get into it as to why I won't go down to this one. But I will look. Let's see what this one's got to offer. Because I promised we'd go here and look. I mean, my mind could be changed if I see something totally amazing, but it would have to be out of this world for me to go downtown and buy and get a storage unit. Yeah. You got to remember, we got a bad governor here, and they wanted to put a sanctuary city right there, and you know what that means. Trust me, you don't want that crap. Just to cover up for other stuff. That's what it is. Purina. My wife used to work for them. I mean, this one looks okay. It's just a lot of stuff. I don't think this is the one he was talking about. Okay. Let's see. What was he? Let me know what he says, Glenn. If let's see, which one was the one that he really wanted me to look at? See, if I could, a grab and go, I would consider. If I could get it in one trip, like something like this one here, I would consider it. But see, this one just doesn't look holiday. Yeah, I would not go down for this. Oh, this one's a pile of crap right here. But you never know. You can get involved in these things, and all of a sudden you find a jewelry box with gold in it, one piece of gold with the price of gold, and you just had a good week. You know what I mean? It doesn't take much. Yeah, that's the feet of it. Yeah, we sold our Halloween stuff too. What we didn't have a whole lot. We sold it pretty quick. Well, fairly quick. People wanted us to break it. We were selling a whole big box full of stuff. People said, well, can you just sell me this or that? I'm like, no, I'll tell you what, you can just come take the whole thing for $20. Finally, we sold it like that. Some things you just want to get rid of it, but you want to get something for it. All right, this one sucks. All right, let's look at this. See this one? They put this in there with a snowblower almost. Wall art, radio, rug, furniture, lamp, clothing, shoes, boxes, bags, and totes. The usual suspects. It's the whole thing with me is, okay, can there be possibility of a cache of gold and silver jewelry? I mean, it could be. I can tell that it is an indoor unit by the transition of the floor into the hallway. So that means the work's twice as hard right here. Number one. I see that as an important factor for me. You know, not everybody's going to give a crap on that, but I do. I'm looking for these perfect storms like the one I just came off of, you know. You see $500 to $600 worth of profit sitting right in the unit on the very front, and you get it for $50, and it's a mile away from home. Boy, you just cannot beat situations like that. And look at this, though. Here's a chute. Why do I bring it up? Well, it looks like it's dang near new.
Yeah.
So are they loose with their new stuff? That means there could be a lot of new things in here. So this is not a bad unit. It's a household unit, but people keep cold in their households. There's furniture. Can't tell what kind. It might be a dresser. And you know what I think about dressers, man? They can be as good as safes. That's freaking right. Let's see if we can catch some brand names. White Mountain. I'm not sure about that. Adidas. I call those a doo-doos. Dude. Dude. Let's see what else. That's not a bad looking unit, man. All right, here's a little grab and go. Let's see what's in this one. I've gone downtown to buy these. One time I went downtown to buy a unit when I first started doing YouTube. It was like my fourth video. Went all the way downtown to buy a hat out of a storage unit because I like the hat. All right. This one's got a whole bag of whatevers, probably electronics, cords, probably 2 or 3 cell phones, maybe video games, maybe shoe boxes. This is a nice little unit. I would probably be tempted to buy this. But you know what the problem with this unit's going to be? It's going to go stupid.
Yeah.
It is. It's going to go stupid. The Koran. Okay. Whatever. Here's a box that they put a lock on. Okay. We got to figure out what this box is right here. Oh, Invicta. If that says Invicta, that could be watches in here. That is. There could be $50 to $100 watches in there. And these boxes hold like 6 of them.
Yeah.
Am I right? That could be it. This locker here is a good one if you can get it for the right price. It's $50 with 2 days to go. That's going to go up to over $200 in my estimation.
Well, especially if somebody knows what that is.
Yeah, I've seen these. These hold watches, and they're all nice. This is a good unit. And then you got other bags of stuff. A lock box, an Invicta box. Oh, yeah, you're going to have to pay up if you want this. I'll put it on my watch because I want to see how this. I'm going to guess. Let's see if we can guess. I'm going to say this one goes for $220. What do you think, Glenn?
Yeah, I think it will at least.
So I'm going to go on record saying I think it'll go around $220. So I marked it, and I'll find out in a few days. I like it though. If this was in my neighborhood, I would probably pay close to that. And here's a suitcase, another one. Or you could get pretty well screwed in this too. Because what can happen is the obvious. You can open up this Invicta box. It could be empty. The case is worth maybe $20, but I can't really sell stuff like that. You know, there's people that sell like empty boxes with brand name stuff, they can actually sell it. I can't really do that. I don't sell on those platforms, like eBay. And I can't sell boxes. Some people can, like that Invicta box. Somebody get $20 for that. But if it's full of watches, that's a whole new ball of wax, man. Sometimes in these little units, people stop off, they change your shoes, they keep cash, jewelry. This could be a really good unit for the price. For if you could get it for $50 like that, oh yeah, that'd be a banger, man. All right, let's see what else. We looked at that. I'm not going down there for that big pile of stuff right there. We'll look at it though. This is like a a lot of shoes, 2 days, furniture. Yeah, this is a good unit. If this wasn't downtown, I might consider it. Because you're seeing the new shoot. We did look at this. Boxes, furniture, a little bit of everything. Could be jewelry in here. Woo. All right. Oh boy. Let's see what else we got going for us. We looked at that. What's this? Aha! What does that say? Tools? That's Snap-on box.
Oh, huh.
That's an odd looking. How does that close? With the
Yeah, it's weird.
It is weird. And it almost looks like there's holes drilled in it right there. Like somebody took a hatchet to it right there. It had an STP sticker that says ST. So I don't know if I'm going to get too excited about it saying Snap-on with all them issues going on there. Maybe I can get a better picture of it. Okay, what is this? I'm not sure what that is. Yeah, rusty old tools. Oh, yeah. That's a vintage box. Yeah, I'm not interested in it. I mean, I was for a second, I thought I might be, but looking at the tools, it looks pretty grody, man. Yeah. Let somebody else mess with that. Yeah. See, we looked at this. That's this one here. It's holiday stuff. That one, that's crap. Seymour. But the one with the Invicta box, that I think that one is going to go. I just think it's going to go stupid. Well, let's look at this. This would be a nice little grab and go. Nobody's even bid on it. If you could get that for 10 or 20 bucks, I would do it. Just to see what could be in the boxes. Problem is, I wouldn't be the only one thinking like that. You need to get really lucky to get them for that price. Even though there's really nothing there that you can hang your hat on. Except maybe you could think I could sell this little suitcase for 10 or 20 bucks. 15 maybe. All right. Well, let me come back into the chat. Let's see what we got going on here. Where is StreamYard? One of these times I'm going to go back and look for StreamYard and realize I've been talking to myself for 20 minutes. And I can X'd out StreamYard, man. I've done that. Oh, boy. That would be uncool, man. I could see it happening. Okay, Okay, let's go back to where I started. Where? Come on, there it is. Mad Dog, let's see. Are you glad that they took the huge table and put it in pieces for you to make it easier for you to load? Well, it kind of, in a way, but the thing is, man, I'd rather see the thing put together because I'd like to make sure it works. And
Yeah.
hey, Angie and Rick Family Adventures, welcome to the channel. Appreciate you coming in. Hope you enjoyed looking through some storage unit. We do that it's our 202nd show on Sundays at noon Eastern Standard Time. I appreciate you swinging in. Much appreciated, man. And we're dog parking. Yeah. Yes. Appreciate you. It ends in 2 days. Yeah, Mad Dog. And yes. Sky Warriors in the house. And Glenn's saying howdy do. Yes, looked very good, Mad Dog says. And Storage Bandits. Yeah, I figured you'd like the solid oak table. You might get $300 for the table and chair set. More resembles an old lady and new stuff. Yeah, we look for the old people stuff because old people tend to have gold back in the day when it wasn't $3 billion an ounce. And, it wasn't so hard to. That's right. We love gold, man. You found it right away, the right unit, and that's the one I was talking about. Yes, sir. Yeah, the Invicta box. I've seen people do really well with those, and even like TDK collects or TD collects. Yeah, Thomas and Dan. They found one full of watches. I mean, it was full, and they were like, "Yeah, this cha-ching." They put that up on the tote board, and it was a few $100. You might have to look long and hard at it to see what I saw, but to me, it looks like a new stuff and on an old lady in jewelry. I did, but you got to remember when I see 7th Street, I don't like going downtown to buy a storage unit. I'm not saying I won't because I've done it before. Typically, I have a 5-mile radius that I try to own it in my own way. The ones that I want really bad, I get, and hey, that works for me. At least you can see the old lady had a dog and a Purina puppy chow pail. Yeah, we love pets, man. What can I say? I love cats and I love dogs. I got 5 cats. Now, thanks to cats, I've got a fairly good size. I mean, my channel's extremely small and it's relative to some of the bigger ones, but I can tell you this: people like cats and dogs more than they like storage units. So I'm a cat channel that loves storage auctions. I will put them up because that's what I do, But the cats are the cats are why they're here. That's right. Looks like a vacated in a house in a hurry. Yeah, sometimes people lose their place or they had to downsize in a hurry or they lost their house. They moved to an apartment. They can't take a lot of their stuff. They put it in storage, and then they lose it. It's the circle of life and death of your property, of your belongings. It can happen life can happen to people, man. It's sad, I want them to get their stuff back, but if they don't, I'm gonna buy it because somebody else will. If I don't, yeah. I agree that this looks like it was packed in a hurry and that somebody was in a hurry to get out of their house. There was a designer. It looks like something KT Treasures would buy. That and TD Collects. They love the name brand stuff, as most people who buy these do. What is that red box? That was an Invicta box that holds watches. It's a brand of watches. Just the box empty, it's actually worth like $20 on a resale, but that's kind of like an eBay kind of thing. It's worth $100 worth of shoes and everything, but you may be right. Might go over what I think it should be. Yeah, the little unit, those little units like that, they can be very pricey for a number of reasons. Sometimes people keep cash, jewelry, change of clothes. They stop in. A lot of times you'll see a lot of shoes in boxes. And those can bring a lot of money, and it's easy to get. You can just go there and you got them and you're done, People like that too. Some call them drug dealer units, I mean, and then yeah, they've been called that. There's one box that looked like a red Victoria. If the watches are there, it's good money. $50. It's more than that if they're all in there, man, dog. Those are actually not bad watches. I mean, they're gaudy as heck. They're big. I mean, they cover your whole freaking arm, but people that like them. If the watches are there, it could be hundreds of thousands. I don't know if an Invictus could be unless they were gold ones. Yeah. I don't know if Invicta has gold watches or not. I can't answer that. I think that unit, though, Mad Dog, I think it'll probably go up to over $200 just because of that and the box below it.
I think so, too.
And I'd be tempted to do that, too. And I have. And a lock on a tote, good sign. Yeah, if here's the thing. You can take something like that and make a better video out of it, and you'll get some ad revenue for it too, because the lock boxes. I'll say this, and I've said it a million times on here. I like old dresser drawers better than safes, but safes are better for YouTube content and ad revenue because people want to see you smash them up and break into them. That brings views. It just does. But if you got a fairly good sized channel, which I really don't at 15, 16,000, I get all my ad revenue from my cats. I get a little bit from I did have one video I made about $1,000 on, a unit where I found 6 guns. So it can happen, but for the most part, people come to my channel to watch the cats, and and on this live, people come to see us go through the storage units, to see what's available, or snipe one of our units that we want to buy, if they're close enough. And that's fine. You know what? It's fine. The gray case, I would get at least 25 or 50 for the Victor watch case. Something looks like a military uniform in there. It could be. I'm not sure if it was like a military branch of the United States military, but what looks to be a military unit sitting right there in the corner. Yeah, I saw that. At least, and I get at least $15 more for the military uniform. That's what I was telling Jay, my guy, my eBay guy. I've got a bunch of military, uniforms and hats and stuff. He doesn't want them. I got a bunch of that stuff out there. I need to find another buyer on, I've got from that pilot's unit. I've got a lot of stuff left from that unit. I paid like $4,000 for that unit, but luckily I found $5,200 in precious metals in there, which now are worth probably quite a bit more than that. You could score big, but I know how you feel about the traffic. Well, it's that. I mean, that, and it's very difficult to go down there, the one-way streets, the traffic, just to get. I know that sounds like a big fat excuse, but I have got such a good situation in my 5 mile radius here that I don't have to deal with any of that. And there's so many facilities around here. That I will go outside my 5 mile radius though. I just don't unless there's just nothing. And I will go outside. But like that one little grab and go, I would be tempted to do that. You know, if I could just go down there but I don't want to have to go down there 5 or 6 when I've got so many facilities right in my backyard. Like I got one I could take a slingshot, pull it all the way back, boom, and shoot it, and probably come close to the storage facility that I found over $10,000 worth of gold and silver jewelry in, right up the street. And right now, that gold and silver is worth double that from when I found it 3 years ago. And that's just a fact. And how far did I have to go? 3/10 of a mile. So you see why I don't really have to travel that much, you know? And then I don't have to spend the money and the time either. I love it. And I'll rent a big unit right up the street. And then just on a whim, I could be sitting there, I think I'll run up the storage unit and go grab a couple $100. And then go up there and grab a couple $100. And then come home. Maybe list an item or two. Next day, sold an item out of there. Yeah, you know what? That was fun. I think I'm going to drive up there and get a couple $100 more. Or I'm going to grab that piece of furniture in the back left corner. I just cannot wait to put that on Marketplace. Boom, just like that. And there it is. But if it's sitting downtown in traffic somewhere, you got to go all the way down there, go down the freeway, get on the daggone loops and all the, looks like spaghetti, what we call it, Spaghetti Junction. I'm not really excited about that. Some people don't care. Well, I do. It's just personal preference. That's all. I like the first unit you looked at the most and the other one that was downtown. I'm surprised you found that the one that I liked the most right away. Well, I got lucky, Mad Dog. Sometimes maybe we're getting more in sync, you know. That could be. Now I know that you can take the number that you're giving me and type it into the facility name, and then it'll pop it up that way. So we kind of got on the same page there. Angie and Rick, Family Adventures. I love storage auctions. A friend was reaching me teaching me what to look and go for in a unit. Yeah, I mean, you always welcome to come here and see what we love. If you want, we will actually, we're about ready to close that down the show for today here in a bit, but if you come back at another time on Sunday from 12 to 1:30 that we usually do the show, we will take your zip code if you want to give us your zip code, and we'll find you storage units right in your area. And we'll give you some options and we'll profile them for you. And, you know, we can sniff out some pretty good units here, man. So if you ever want to do that. And,
yeah, we've got a good success rate with helping people out.
Oh yeah, we've had people have had some really good units, man, including ourselves. My God, I found some bangers, man. Good God. I know what to look for, man. When I first started buying storage units, I just thought, oh, you know, it's just random, you know, oh, let's just buy one and then wind up with a pile of crap. You can't always avoid the piles of crap, but you can avoid most of them just with a little experience. Every now and then you'll take a chance or a flyer on a unit that looks bad, but you think you got an intuition on what might be there, and they can pay off, or they can really stick it to you, you know. But that's part of the game. It's not an exact science, but you do this long enough, you're going to find amazing treasures. If you do it long term, you're going to find amazing treasures, and that's a fact. Stacker gives out membership wrenches. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to give them glad you reminded me. So if I go into here, I can give you a free membership wrench. All that means is I didn't want to charge people for membership, so I just give out free wrenches as a way to give them a free membership without having to charge them anything. Thanks for reminding me, Mad Dog. So okay. You now have a free you're now a free member here. So now we know that. Well, I'm not going to forget your name because you Angie and Rick Family Adventures. I'm going to have to check your channel out and subscribe, and everybody here should do the same thing because that's what we do. You know, we all watch each other's stuff, and hopefully that we can help. We don't have a whole lot of people here right now, but you know, shoot, I mean, every sub counts. There's an Invicta Rolex watch, very huge score if you find one. Yeah, I found a few Folexes. I haven't found a Rolex yet. Have you ever found a real Rolex, Glenn?
No, found the box once.
Yeah, I've done that. I found a Folex. F-E-A-U. Elgin. I did find it. I found some gold watches, so I don't care what brand those are. If they're real gold, I don't give a crap, man. You know, I have found half dozen gold watches, you know. And that's the beauty about them. You don't have to sell them. You just set on them, and they're just going to, they just get worth more and more and more as your dollar becomes less. That's what it does. That's how the reason gold's going up is because our dollar's failing. And we are getting ready. We are on the cusp of a new financial system. And the dollar will fail, but we will immediately have the new dollar. And it's not things you hear about every day, but it's what's going on in the background. Where did I lose my post? There where I was at. Daggone it. Where are you? There it is. Man, everybody knows how many thousands of dollars a real Rolex can bring, but they do fake them. You know what? If you look hard at them, you can tell why they're fake. If you see just anything that looks off, it's probably fake. And that's something I hadn't found is a real Rolex. I found a real Folex. But if it's made out of real gold, I don't care.
Yeah.
It could be a doo-doo brown. I don't care. If it's real gold, I don't give a crap. Maybe storage auction pirate would buy the military. I doubt it, man. He lives 3,000 miles from here. I mean, if he was here, I mean, I'd be welcome him over. Yeah, buy the whole lot of everything I got out there. I'll sell it to you. Just getting him in one of my videos would help me grow a little bit, I guess. I still don't understand why he's not posting on his main channel. I don't understand it. I guess I never will. So he gets to 300,000 subs and then starts a new channel. Hadn't posted on his old channel for months. I don't understand that.
No, I don't get it.
I don't get it. Because at 300,000 subs, you know, that's probably $25,000 a month in revenue. And I probably lied on that. Because like that First Amendment Protection Agency, Johnny's channel that I watch every day, he's got just a little bit over 100,000. And with the views he's getting, he cleared like $17,000 last month. He was showing that because these people would say, why don't you get a real job instead of standing out here filming people that don't want to be filmed, standing on a public sidewalk where you can film anything you want on a public sidewalk. They'll say, well, just get a real job. He's like, no thanks. No thanks. I'd rather have the money. Because I feel like people get a job to make money. So if you're making that, why would you want to get a real job when your unreal job is giving you unreal money? I mean, hello, you're obvious. Hello, wake up. McFly, wake up. You know? I found you on Johnny Smallpet. Oh, I love Johnny. Let me tell you something about Johnny. I've known him for years. He is able to take heat better than any human being I have ever seen. And I'm talking about, he doesn't take a backseat to Johnny Scoville or any of them. He can eat one of the world's hottest peppers, and he doesn't flinch. I've never seen anything like it. He is the pepper king, man. He is the king. I come by his lives as much as I can, and I always have a good time sitting there just watching him eating these scorching peppers. And it doesn't faze him. Oh, I'm at about a 1. And I've done some challenges. I do some pepper challenges. Haven't done any in a while, but I did the Tube of Terror. That's my biggest claim to fame. And I knew that was going to hurt. I was miserable, but I knew I was going to hurt so bad. So what I did is before I did the Tube of Terror, I did a whole spoon of Carolina Reaper blood because I knew I was going to be miserable anyway. But I digress. Johnny Small Pepper, he doesn't take a backseat to anybody when it comes to heat. He is the man. Yeah, he's an entertaining gentleman. I'll tell you what. The Rolex boxes sell for a few $100s on eBay. Yeah, isn't that amazing to me how somebody would? I mean, I can see why they might want to do that if they got a real Rolex and need a box for it. Maybe they probably, if you've got a Rolex, you probably got enough money. Maybe you do want the box for a couple $100. Fake Rolex can be, yeah. I'll tell you what. I have found more than one fake Rolex, and usually you can tell, like if the little stone that's up there at the top is rolling around inside the face of it. I found one where the stone had fallen off and you could shake it like salt and pepper shake. Yeah, that's fake. Yeah. Being fun employed is more fun. That's right. That's exactly what I'm talking about. And when you're impassioned about what you do, you're going to make more money because you're into it. And then these people telling you, well, get a real job. Why? For what reason? I agree. Yes. If you need somebody to really watch, Taco Stacks is, yeah, you know what? And I watch Paper and Moose, his girlfriend's channel too. I think he helps her a lot with that. But he started out just driving around picking up junk in his truck, and scrap and like that. But then he kind of moved into storage units, and he gets some pretty good units every now and then. He picked up on it and realized that, hey, rather than just getting the junk, I can get some really, really, really good stuff. So yeah, he does that too. There's so many channels, but I try to watch everybody. I definitely watch everybody that gives me the time of day. I'll make sure that I reciprocate. IT saying he has to be an alien or reptilian. Yeah, there's some of them living amongst us, and not sure if he's one of them, but I tell you what, I've never seen anybody that could take a super hot pepper and eat them and then eat another one and then not totally flip out and need something to drink. Or he's amazing. I mean, I could do all that and take it, but I'm in agony, and I've told him I'm going to try to come on his show and do that sometime, but I'm really I haven't been practicing, and working my way up to the heat. Like when I did the Tube of Terror challenge, I prepped for that for weeks, and I was eating peppers every night, and I got to the point where I was getting close to where Johnny was, but I wasn't anywhere near where he is right now. But I was able to beat that challenge. I got 7 points in the League of Fire, which was my claim to. Also did the Toe of Satan and beat that. That sucker hurt too. But it's not as bad as the that was a bad one too, Johnny. Or I called you Johnny. Glenn. I called you Johnny. Oh boy. Yeah, but I did those. I don't know if the Toe of Satan was a point, would I got points in the League of Fire? I might have been able to, but I didn't submit that one. Johnny Scoville actually helped me. He told me how to do to submit the Tube of Terror, and that's how I was able to get those 7 points. So I'm actually number 159 in the world in the League of Fire because of the Tube of Terror. I guess that's something to be proud of. I don't know. I had fun interviewing Dan Wild. Oh, you did? 205 Wild. That's cool, man. I'm sure Stacker would let you interview him. Yeah, I'm nobody, but yeah, I would. Yeah. Johnny's a good person. I think the world. Yeah, I've always been. I knew him back when he had maybe 1,000 subscribers, and I was doing more Pepper stuff than I am doing now. But he's kind of motivated me to get back into doing that. And as soon as I do come onto his show, which I don't know when exactly it's going to be, because I told him the best way to get me on that show is to maybe just in the spur of the moment, drop me a link. But he wants me to set it up ahead of time. And I'm like, God, because it's a commitment for me to do a Carolina Reaper, because it's unlike Johnny. When I eat one of those, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. He can eat them like it's candy. Wait a minute. Here we go. I missed Sky Warriors. Wait a minute. Johnny, yes, he is a good person. Used to live near a rich section in Jacksonville, Florida, Sky Warrior says. In the 90s, used to be a junker. Too bad YouTube wasn't there then. Oh, I know, man. Would have had great content. And now I'm in the back roads of Indiana. Yeah, I wished I would have had YouTube back when I was bowling competitively, because bowling channels have blown up. But now, I'm at the part of my life where my bowling kind of is in the back rear view mirror of what I do. But I could have really got my stuff out there. But I would have probably had 100,000, maybe had 100,000 subs. I still haven't given up on that dream, but I mean, it's going to take something. It's going to take me getting an actual tiger to go with my 5. I'll have to get a pet tiger or something like that. Yes, we do interviews every week with different channels, trying to help the communities grow and support each other. That's great, man. That's awesome. Try living in the hills of West Virginia. West Virginia is a beautiful state. I've been through there before. It's a beautiful state. My Navy buddy lives near Proctor, West Virginia. My dad was in the Navy. Yeah. Appreciate your service there, Sky Warrior. He was on the other day had his old uniform on. Appreciate you. There's some great units in West Virginia near the Washington, D.C. area. Yeah. Well, I guess I'm down to the end of the chat, and it's coming up. We're about a half an hour over, man, but we had I felt like we had a pretty good show today.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So I guess that's going to be it for today. I appreciate everybody that came in, and we'll be doing this next week, same time, same station. And I appreciate everybody. And Glenn, I appreciate you for being our co-host.
Thank you, sir.
I guess we will leave it with our usual outro. So take care, everybody. We'll see you next time.
You guys, on YouTube, you all know there's plenty of auctions going on, YouTube auctions. They're free right now. And other sites like Whatnot and eBay are kind of trying to butt in and get in on the action and charge a little fee there, I'm sure. So I've noticed some people selling stuff on YouTube, and there's a lot of things that get 0 bids. But what I'm saying, here's what you do. I'm going to give you an example of what you can do to where you're going to move all the stuff. So what you do, let's say you put up this real nice cup. This is a royal something or other bull crap. No, it's a nice one. All right. And you say, well, starting bid is $1. And they look and well, what happens? Then nobody bids. You just go, okay, let's go to the next item.